We just got a Mercedes-Benz key. It was mailed here because customer mentioned that the coil inside broke and key no longer works. Customer is paying for expedited service, so we got the package today and we're gonna work on it today. Let's see what the customer said. Description: the coil inside the key broke and it needs to be replaced. Key no longer works or start car. So let's check the customer's key and see what's going on. And this key is for the 2000 Benz C1500. Based on initial inspection, we do see signs of corrosion here. We're gonna clean those off. I do not see any damaged components based on initial inspection. A lot of times when a customer changes a battery on a fob, they end up breaking the traces here. So we have to make sure that those traces are not broken. Meter in continuity mode. So we do not just go by what the customer tells us. We take that into consideration, but we have to do our own inspection. And it's continuous, everything is good. Let's flip the key and look at the back. And we see corrosion here as well. And this line looks broken. A lot of corrosion here. We just want to make sure the line is continuous and not broken. So we have to make sure that we have a continuous path between here and here. Corrosion here can eat through the pad and it can break the line. The blade is very precise. We are able to scratch only that tiny microscopic trace here, and this is probably a 0.1 millimeter trace. But look at how fine this blade is. So let's test from point A to point B to see if this trace is continuous. From here. And it's not. The trace is not continuous. That's what I suspected. See, we can tell it's broken from here. Look at this. If we zoom in, it's broken from here. I mean, look at this. There's no trace here. Completely gone. We're gonna have to run the wire from here onto here to complete the line. And let's go ahead and do that right now before we proceed to doing anything else. And let's cut that wire. And clean up. So now point A is connecting with point B. Solid and solid. Let's continue with the inspection. The broken coil is right here, and the other end of the coil connects here. So we're gonna go ahead and desolder this. We're gonna solder a new coil. And anything else we need to look at? Everything else looks good. While at it, why don't we clean the corrosion here? And I'm using this double-sided brush. One side is very fine, soft steel, and the other end is hard brush. It's not too hard, but it's not too soft either. Okay, so all we need to do is replace the coil and test. Let's use our awesome board holder here, and it's a pleasure every time I'm using this board holder. Okay, the board is secured. Very solid. If you recently bought this board holder, you just need to know one thing, because some people are using it wrong. You first push on the blue tab here, and then you push on this. Some people, what they're doing is they're just pressing on this and they're pushing up. It doesn't go like that. You push on the blue tab first and then you push here, and now it's solid. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the second board on the board holder as well. And now we have two keys on this board holder, and both of them solid. Okay, so we're gonna remove the coil from this donor key here and put it on here. We have a lot of those donor keys in stock, so we're gonna remove the coil from this key right here, and we're gonna put that coil right over here. But before we do so, let's remove this leftover piece here. Okay, and the job is done. We soldered the coil onto the key. All we have to do is test. Assuming the batteries the customer sent over are good, the key should work. And it's not lighting up. Which could indicate that the batteries are not good. Let me grab our batteries. I have a box here full of batteries, Benz donor keys. So let's grab this one here. And now we do see the light when you press on it. So let's go ahead and test the key. The fob, we're gonna put it inside the shell. And then batteries. And we have a fob tester here. When we press any one of the buttons on the fob, the output should be 314, 315, and then we're gonna test the infrared transmitter, which should output IR on the meter here. So let's start by testing the unlock button, 314.9. Let's test the trunk button, 314.9, the lock button and panic button. Perfect. And now we're gonna test the infrared transmitter. And we have IR, it's working. IR for the trunk, the lock button IR, and finally the panic button IR. So the key, the fob is fully functional. We're gonna invoice and mail this back to the customer. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.